Your emotions are either building your fortress or they are quietly dismantling it. Every single time you react to a market dip, a social trend, or a perceived lack, something is happening to your long-term sovereignty. Either your capital is compounding, or it is quietly eroding through the leaks of your own impulsivity. Most men never sit down and ask themselves, what is actually happening to my character when I spend to feel better? They do not consider the invisible transaction that occurs every time anxiety dictates a decision. So they live reactively. They chase what's trending because quiet feels like falling behind. They sell when things get hard because they haven't learned to sit with discomfort. They work harder and still feel behind. The answer is not a better spreadsheet. It is a level of honesty most men are not prepared for. You haven't learned how to master your internal economy yet. Not the real kind. Not the kind that doesn't need a bull market to feel secure. Today, we end the noise. These are the 5 laws of the Stoic wealth cure. If you are choosing to be the man who commands his future, comment the word sovereign below. If you are just a passenger, keep scrolling. Most people aren't broke because they don't earn enough. They are broke because they spend words and dollars on things that do not matter to impress people they do not like. Marcus Aurelius asked how much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. Every dollar spent on status is a dollar stolen from your freedom. Think of your capital like your words. If you spend it carelessly on filler and noise, you signal to the world that you do not understand value. The man who seeks the crowd's applause will eventually be the one paying for the tickets. Strip away the social filler. Make your silence and your savings your loudest statement. There is a sound that financial anxiety makes. It is rapid, frantic, and breathless. It is the sound of a man chasing a tip because he is afraid of being left out. Plato observed that the soul is a chariot pulled by 2 horses, reason and emotion. When you buy something to soothe a bad day, emotion has taken the reins. When you rush a trade, you are making a confession. You are telling the room you are afraid. Authority and wealth are built from control, not reaction. Slow down. Let the market wait for you. A man who is not afraid to let a trend pass him by is a man who truly owns his time. Most investors aren't analyzing. They are just waiting for a reason to act. They track the noise just enough to feel busy, but not deeply enough to understand what is actually happening. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason." Real wealth comes from receiving what the world is actually telling you, rather than what you want it to be. Stop bending reality to protect your ego. Sit with the hard data. The men who listen carefully are the ones who see what others miss. Understand the room before you try to change it. There is a particular kind of silence that is cowardice dressed as optimism. It is the bill you didn't open, the budget you didn't check, the conversation about your spending you keep avoiding because the timing isn't right. Socrates said, "I can only make them think." He refused to let comfortable falsehoods go unchallenged. Real kindness to yourself sounds like the hard truth of a spreadsheet. A compass doesn't tell you what you want to hear. It tells you where you actually are. Say the hard thing to yourself today, before the silence becomes a permanent wall between you and your freedom. Look honestly at your portfolio. Did it come from your own study? Or from a screen? From a video you watched this morning? Or a post you scrolled past? Most men navigate their lives with someone else's compass. René Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am." He did not say, "I repeat the ticker tape, therefore I am." Borrowed convictions collapse under pressure. When the market turns red and the stakes are real, the man with borrowed ideas folds because he was never holding anything. Be the original voice. Build a mind that belongs to you so that when the world is in chaos, you are generating your own light, rather than reflecting someone else's panic. Authority and wealth are not found in the volume of your lifestyle. They are found in the depth of your character. Marcus Aurelius summarized the entire cure in 2 sentences. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. A man whose actions are right and whose words are true does not need to perform confidence. His wealth is simply the natural result of the order he has created within. Start today. One decision, one moment of control. That is where sovereignty begins. Virtue first, wealth follows.